Fear and ego. These are two words that can take over your life really quickly if you let it. That's the control that is over your head all the time when fear and ego is driving your life. Think about the last time that you wanted to say your opinion, but you were scared of how people would react. Well, maybe at the moment, you didn't think about it. You didn't see like, okay, this is fear. You saw like some sort of strategy, of logic of like, no, this is not my place. I'll wait till I have like a better opportunity. I'll have to. No, this was actually fear. And then your ego stepped in to complement it and prevent you to make a fool of yourself. Well, that's the subject of today. Welcome to the Mike Belanger podcast, and let's dive in. Your ego isn't protecting you. It's a prison that you're stuck in. The problem is you fear what people will think of you if you act a certain way, if you say a certain thing, if you voice up your opinion, if you contradict someone. And then your ego steps in and say like, no, you can't do this. You're going to be rejected. Don't do that. It has a false sense of protecting you. And then you're scared of failing publicly. You don't want to fail in public. You don't want to fail in front of someone. Heck, I don't want to fail to win this podcast. But that's the thing. We don't want to expose ourselves. We don't want to be vulnerable. We don't want to be true. Like, we are scared to be rejected. It can be your friends, your family, strangers, co-workers, anyone. We don't want to be rejected. It pushes us to think that we are not good enough. But what does it even mean? Not good enough. Not good enough compared to what? To who? Why are we comparing ourselves to someone else when there's actually no one to compare to? We're afraid to not be good enough about something that doesn't even really exist. If you're doing the same work as someone else, if you're competing in a sport, you're going for promotion, you fear that you won't be good enough. But it's compared to who? To the other person that you're competing against? Or you're just scared, like I'm gonna fail, I'm scared, I don't know what to do, I don't know if I'm gonna succeed. Like, who are we doing this for? Because it's certainly not for the person beside us. We're also fearing to lose status. We put ourselves on a certain level in society. We think that we're like, okay, I'm over here and that person is below me, or that person is so much higher than me. We create those levels of status in society, and we think if we do something out of line, it's gonna make us like lose a certain status, be canceled. We think that as soon as there's some hiccup, that we're gonna lose that prestige, that position that we're in, that level of where we think we fit in. But the reality is the ego is not protecting you. It's the social fear of being rejected. Amygdala, the survival mechanism of, well, when we were way back trying to survive, to live, that we have to protect our family, we had to protect our clan. But nowadays, that's becoming a real problem, because that same system that kept us alive for so long, for so many years, when we actually needed it, when there was like a tiger trying to eat us, well, the fear is useful in that moment. But now, especially nowadays, I have to pretend that I'm like on my best version of myself all the time because that fear kicks in of being rejected. Because back then, being rejected means that you're by yourself, you're starving, that means death. Nowadays, we still have that same wiring in our brain, but we're not, most of us, like, there's a lot of dangerous things happening in the world right now, but most of our lives, or in everyday life, that instinct is still there, even if we're not in danger. What does it do to us? It keeps us in a loop of, okay, I'm gonna play small. I'm gonna stay a little bit more low key. I'm gonna stay silent when I actually want to speak up. I'm gonna seek approval all the time. I'm gonna try to have external approval to make sure that I'm not rejected by my clan. I'm gonna avoid risk, because risk is fear of failure. Go back to my other point before. You don't want to fail. If you avoid the risk, I guess you won't fail, but you also won't succeed at anything. We're always seeking for approval. That's another thing. What does it do? Well, we're wired to survive. So when we seek approval, we stay in our clan, we survive. It puts us in an overthinking mode. What if this happened? What if that happened? What if it's this scenario? What if it's that? Well, that's another thing. Fear makes us to overthink about everything. If I maybe make a fool of myself, maybe if I say something, maybe if someone doesn't like my comment, well, they're gonna reject me. But we have to make the distinction. We have to actually talk ourselves out of it. So after all that fear, that's when the ego steps in. The I don't want to make a fool of myself. Ego will try to say, I know better. I will avoid this because it's better for you. I won't say that comment because, well, people will think that I don't know what I'm talking about, or that my idea is ridiculous. It's avoidance, and it creates even more fear. And then the fear creeps in, the ego takes over and wants to be like, no, I'm in control, I know what I'm doing. And then it creates more fear, and then it's like a vicious loop of like never ending pattern that we don't even recognize. We don't even see it on a day-to-day until you actually point it out. You start to be aware of it, and you start to be knowledge, like you have knowledge on fear and ego. But before that, you don't even realize it's happening to you. You're like, okay, well, I guess I won't say that comment because I'm gonna look stupid, and then you carry on. But if you're doing this for everything, or a lot of things on your day-to-day basis, then your fear and your ego are controlling what you want to do. As humans, we don't look forward for change. We're not wired to want something that is unknown. We fear what is unknown because back we were still trying to survive in a cave, the unknown meant death or potentially harm or something like that. So we're wired to be like in our safe zone, and we don't want to go out, take the risk, go start my business, go talk to my crush that I've been avoiding for years because I don't know how to approach her or him. Yeah, that's a problem, because we think, oh, I'm just shy, that's just the way I am. I can't talk to that person because I'm attracted to that person, but I can't go talk because what if she or he reject me? Like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna make a fool of myself. They're gonna laugh at me. People will see me being rejected in front of everyone, and I can't do that. That's the thing. It's preventing you to move forward, to actually go get your goal that you want, go achieve something that you really care about. So you're just talking to yourself out of something that you want to do without even realizing it. What's the solution about this? Well, there's a couple of things. First of all, fear is in human nature. It's part of us. It's what makes us human, that we have emotion, that we have different type of emotion. And fear is one of them. We can't actually say like, I have no fear, ever. It's impossible. I'm gonna give you a couple of steps that is actually something that you can apply right now. Step one, awareness. You have to notice that it's actually happening. Let's say you want to start a combat sport. You want to start jiu-jitsu. Well, I started jiu-jitsu when I was 34, 33 actually, 33, yeah. And yeah, I was scared. I was like, well, there's going to be a lot of people way younger than me. I'm going to start like a white belt at 33 years old. And people have done this their entire life. They're going to beat me. I'm going to fight against someone that is way better than me and way younger than me. And like, I'm too old to start. Okay, so just watch what happened right there. And that right now, I'm giving you a concrete example of what I did and what happened to me. And you have to start noticing like, hey, this is only your fear talking, your ego talking, saying you don't want to be a newbie again at 33 years old. That's back then when I started. And then your ego steps in and says, you know what? No, you can't do this. You're too old. People's gonna laugh at you. People won't respect you. People will be like, huh, look at the older guy coming in. People started like when they're kids. They start really younger. But I didn't care. And I did it. And that's the thing. You have to be aware of, hey, what is preventing me to start this right now? Well, that's fear. So yeah, there was nothing preventing me to start. It was just in my mind. I was scared of failing, of not being good enough, of being too old, of being like what people will think of me if I'm not like 20 years old and starting something like that. Me being aware, like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna let this affect me. I'm gonna start jiu-jitsu, and that's it. And that's when I started jiu-jitsu, and I loved it. It was amazing. Step two, we have to face the fear. We have to do it anyways. So if I go back to my example of jiu-jitsu, I went in the gym. I went there and I'm like, okay, well, it's intimidating. I'm the newest guy. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I'm starting. I did it. I went there. I started. What happened? Absolutely nothing. People were nice. People helped me. No one laughed at me. Remember that someone who was actually doing better than you at something won't put you down for trying something that you want to do. There was no like higher ranks in the gym that was putting me down for beginning. Absolutely not. Everyone was helping me and was giving me tricks and helping me grow. We have that fear that people will put us down. The people that put us down or drag you down, it's actually the people who are either not doing it, who want to make themselves better. They want to boost their ego. That's it. So just do it. Step three, embrace the fact that you are vulnerable. We all are. We're not perfect. We make mistakes. And That's it. Everyone make mistakes. So let go of the control. Let go of the control of everything. Be vulnerable. Be yourself. Make mistakes. Retry something 1,000 times. It's okay. Let go of the ego that's going to tell you, you tried it once, it's not working. Like, don't do it. No, let go. What if you tried 10 times, 100 times? Doesn't do anything. It's only you. Be vulnerable. Be okay with trying, with making mistakes, with doing something out of your comfort zone. Be okay with that. Nothing's going to happen. Step 4, let go of the need for the external validation. Switch it to the internal validation. Stop seeking for someone's approval of what you're doing. Go for the internal part of yourself. Be like, yeah, I did good. I'm proud of myself. I'm happy that I started a new class of jiu-jitsu. I'm happy that I tried my new hobby. Stop seeking for the encouragement. Stop seeking for everyone else giving you that tap on the back and saying, good job, you made it. Be yourself. Ask yourself, am I proud of myself? Am I happy with what happened? Try to switch that mentality of, oh my God, I need to do everything in order that people tell me that I did good. No, you don't need everyone's opinion. Your opinion is the only one that counts. The only one. Step 5, the famous ego death. Let go of the false sense of self, the mask, the parade, the false person that you put forward that is not making mistakes, that is staying in line and not taking the wrong turn. You stay on the highway, following everyone else in the same direction. Step out. Go on the dirt road. Go try something else different that no one else is doing. Be yourself. Stop trying to be and follow everyone in the same direction if you don't want to go that way. Don't be scared. What if you don't make it? You'll learn. You won't do the mistake again. Learn from it. Move on. Try something else. That's all. It's that simple. Stop worrying about what people will think if you drop your facade, your care for everyone's opinion on you. Be yourself. Do what you want to do. Fear and ego, it's wired in us for survival. We have to break that mentality. Unless you're really in a war, unless you're really in danger, something is happening, that's when fear is useful. You need that fear because, yeah, there's an actual real danger. You need that fear to be able to do something, to move out of the way, to find a solution, to get out of there. But in our modern life, that same instinct of fear that keeps us alive in extreme and dangerous situation is trapping us into a cocoon of, you can't leave this because the outside of it is too dangerous. Well, no, it's not. So go out, do what you want to do. Be aware that fear is there and that you have to notice it and you have to act. You have to face the fear. You have to do it anyways. Embrace being vulnerable. That's all. Just embrace it. Be yourself. Make mistakes. That's okay. Internal validation instead of external validation and the ego debt. What if some things doesn't turn out the way that you thought? You'll learn, and that's it. That's all for today. That was a subject that really matters to me, and I think you can resonate with that as well. So hopefully you liked it. Share, subscribed. So I have a challenge for you. Go this week. Go do something that you're afraid of. Go do something that you're afraid of doing just because you think that people will judge you or will push you away. Go do something that you're scared of. That's all for today. And thank you for listening. We'll see you next Monday. Cheers.